This husky is not thirsty, yet it's controlling the only water source. It won't let the other dogs drink. The other dogs don't dare to oppose it, because it's the leader of the group. But the new arrival, Buck, isn't afraid. Then, with its two front paws, easily cut a hole in the ice. When the dogs saw this, they all ran over. Buck generously shared this water source, but this act challenged the husky's authority. At night, Buck and his companions chased wild rabbits together. Buck, with his agile skills, was the first to catch it, but he didn't hurt the little rabbit. Instead, he let it go, but the little white rabbit had only hopped twice, when the husky suddenly rushed out from the side, and bit it with its sharp teeth. Then the husky walked toward Buck with a fierce expression. Its companions were so scared that they panicked and backed away. Seeing the husky declare war on him, Buck felt extremely frightened at this moment, but the fight was inevitable. Suddenly, the husky took the first move to attack it. Although Buck was twice his size, it lacked fighting experience, was soon completely knocked down by the husky. Then it made mocking gestures at Buck, but the dogs had long since had enough of the husky's bullying. They kept barking at Buck, hoping he would cheer up. The next second, Buck actually stood up with bared fangs. The wolfish nature within him was completely aroused. In order to show his authority in the team, the husky still charged forward. Barker steadies himself and sees the opportunity to move to the side. He bit the husky's neck. Finally, Buck stepped on the husky with one foot. Looking at the dogs that couldn't help but cheer, the husky knew he had lost. Thus, under the gaze of the dogs, he stood up and left in loneliness. The next day, the team was without a lead dog, but Buck took the initiative to stand at the front. But the owner thought he lacked experience. In the end, he pushed him back to the rear of the team. Then he found an experienced gray dog to lead. However, looking behind him at the unhappy Buck, the gray dog refused to wear the color no matter what. In the end, it simply lay down on the snow. There was no other way. The man had to compromise and let Buck be the lead dog for once. At the owner's command, Buck led his companions and rushed out quickly. Their speed became like a storm. The owner had never seen a sled run so fast. The man was both surprised and delighted to see how strong he was. Suddenly, the snow on the mountain began to slide. The man hurriedly directed Buck to turn left, for that was the direction away from the avalanche. But at this moment, Buck had his own judgment. He thought it was too late to run away now, so he chose to sprint directly toward the avalanche. This decision shocked the owner, and the reason Buck did this was because he found a cave at the foot of the mountain. That was the only chance to avoid the avalanche. But the danger wasn't over yet. If there was the slightest mistake, the snowstorm might take their lives in the cave. Fortunately, with Buck's wit, they soon came out from the other side of the cave. In the following days, they raced along at lightning speed. They finally arrived at the town 2 days earlier than originally planned. At night, Buck was on the street, watching people holding letters in their hands. Smiles appeared on their faces. What they delivered was not just letters, but also a kind of love and hope. This was also the reason why every time they passed through a town, they were respected and welcomed by everyone.